You can like it, you can dislike it, but you do have to respect it. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling, and this is 10 reasons how Vince McMahon booked the women better than Triple H. Oh yeah, I'm ready to go. It's not 10 reasons why, because that doesn't make sense. How makes a lot of sense, damn it. Alright, now we're going to go through 1 through 10, and you know what? This is everything I've writ here is literally factual. This isn't even a matter of opinion, so you can get in the comments if you want to agree, or if you want to actually put your big boy pants on, you can say, Fog job at wrestling. Triple H can't book as good as Finney back. Alright, so you ready? Enjoy the ride the big Steve's about to take you on. And let's go. Reason number 1. Nearly every single woman has regressed since Triple H took over, right? There is an odd exception. I'm not going to turn around and sit here and say that every single woman has been utterly jobbed out, right? But you look at all the women under Triple H's regime. I haven't even written this as a reason. It's a separate reason, but we'll fire it in here. Look at all the women, right, that have been called up to the main roster for NXT. Laya Valkyria, right? Going nowhere. Vince had a much better track record when someone got called up for NXT and to push them. Look at Bayley, for example. You know, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky Lynch. I could name a million. Right, Alexa Bliss. Jesus, the list goes on. Now, some people might say, what about Tiffany Stratton? She's got the Women's Championship. Horrific. Doing some of the worst work of her WWE career. You look at Bianca Belair. This is somebody that used to main event Manias, literally. I mean, main event at a Mania. And as much as I don't like Bianca Belair, and in a weird way, I'm kind of glad Triple H is booking her the way she is, because I don't like her. She's regressed. She was a massive star in terms of the women's division under McMahon. Under Triple H, a complete and utter afterthought. Right? You look at Jade Cargill. She felt like a big deal in AEW. Comes to WWE, nothing happening whatsoever. It's absolutely pathetic. Every time Charlotte comes back, she feels less important. Seriously, I feel like every time they bring back Lita or Trish under Triple H, it just feels dead. This guy doesn't know what he's doing, folks. He doesn't know what he's doing. Alexa Bliss, exact same thing. You know what I mean? Oh, because I could talk a lot more about it, but some of them allude into the reasons that we've done later. But I just think more or less every single woman's regressed under Triple H. You know, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan are probably two that Liv Morgan's definitely not regressed. She's came on tenfold, right? But a broken clock is right twice a day at the end of the day. Maybe those two clock handles is Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, but it's not to say that Rhea Ripley was an absolute jobber beforehand, because she wasn't. Reason number 2, McMahon is the one that gave the women a revolution. Alright? He's the one that in 2015 decided to grab them by the balls. He grabbed the wrestling business by the balls and went, you know what? We're going to push women. We had the 3 sets of women. We had a lot of call-ups for NXT. He gave them a match at WrestleMania 32, and dare I say, it was one of the better matches at WrestleMania 32 between Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte. It delivered, and you know what? It was an eye-opener for me. I mean, I was like, 15 at the time, back in 2016. It made me think, here, you know what? That match proves that women can hang at pay-per-views. Now, obviously, we've seen it previously with like Trish Stratus, but wrestling went through a period of like 10 years where the women just did. I mean, I'll always prefer the women doing other stuff other than wrestling. We all know what. But end of the day, this was still good. McMahon's the one that did that. Reason number 3. McMahon produced consistent main events starring the women starting back in 2016-17. You look at the original, not the original brand split, the brand split when it came back in 2016. Mainstays of Raw, folks, were like Sasha Banks against Charlotte Flair. They were having like street fights, Hell in a Cells, and they were main eventing pay-per-views. And you know what? See, at the time, some of us may have been critical, but see, looking back, people were more invested in their feuds than some of the other stuff going on at Raw at the time. Let's be brutally honest there. So, yeah. And then that you began to see a string of women main event, and after this, like the Women's Rumble would main event, right? Alexa Bliss would main event. You also had Mania main events afterwards, and just numerous other pay-per-views, starting with Vince McMahon. See now, when did the women main event? Now you can say you're glad about that or whatever, but let's not. This video isn't saying that McMahon everything he did is great, and it's, you know, it made the wrestling business better. But there's all these marks out here hate McMahon and think Triple H is the best booker. This is simply to disprove that fact. Because, well, I say disprove that fact. There's nothing factual about it, like, but their opinion. Reason number 4, he gave them their own pay per view. Evolution back in 2018. As Triple H gave them their own pay per view? I think not. Reason number 5, they main evented Mania under Vince McMahon. WrestleMania 35, we had Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. And say what you want, folks, that is an actual Mania main event. It's not night 1, right? Albeit they did go on to main event a few nights after this. Again, all Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Reason number 6, way better stories. Like, you think of that Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch feud, right? Is it Mania worthy? No, it's not Rock Austin, right? That's the stuff we all grew up on, you know, Batista, Triple H, things like that. Cena, Michaels, Rock, Cena. When you grew up with that stuff, obviously this stuff doesn't compare. But the stories were better here. You had people like getting battered in cars, right? You got Jey Uso meeting with Mandy Rose in the hotel room. Stuff like that. It was just so much more intriguing. The stuff Alexa Bliss even did during COVID, it was so much better. Like, what did we get now? Tiffy, I had everything in Tiffy, la la la. Just crap, man. Reason number 7, he didn't have butch women. You know, under McMahon, Rhea Ripley, for the most part, looked good. Now we're just pushing these big, masculine women, or even fat ones, man. It's like, what are we doing? And I'm not saying McMahon never pushed fat women or fat men, but he made it like a comedy act where he portrayed them as monsters, not this like beautiful human being. Because let's be honest, if you're fat, you can't all be that beautiful, brother. Reason number 8, he gave 2 black women the Mania main event. I'm looking at WrestleMania 37, night 1. It was the first time, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe it was the first time since SummerSlam 2001 that 2 black wrestlers main evented a pay-per-view, which of course was Booker T against The Rock. I mean, I much preferred that match for obvious reasons. But yeah, big Vince McMahon, the sexist and the racist, giving 2 black women a historic Mania main event. He's evil, isn't he? So fucking evil. Reason number 9, he knew how to protect them under unlike Triple H, sorry. Right, and what I mean by this is he didn't send them out like, you know, lambs to the slaughter. See, Triple H, he in a way is giving a lot of women spots they simply cannot do. He's sending absolute jobbers like Candice LeRae out there, giving her mic time, giving her Nia Jax. See, under McMahon, Nia Jax barely spoke, and that's another thing. Under McMahon, Nia Jax got buried by the marks, man. But now what everyone just seems to love and protect them. It's absolutely crap. And he also, McMahon, another way of protecting women is, let's be honest, they're not as good in the ring as men. Some are better than others, but he gave them storylines and characters to actually protect them from wrestling. And it's just, you could write this reason for the men as well. You know, see back in the Attitude Era, like you look at Godfather, you look at Gangrel, you look at Big Boss Man, you look at guys like that, right? Their selling point is not their ability, it's their characters, and therefore that protects them. See, when you take away their characters, they're very shitey wrestlers. But the thing is, wrestling characters go hand in hand. That's what it should be. And reason number 10, big reason to save us here. Becky Lynch was the number 1 star in WWE in 2019. Yeah, Becky Lynch for a period in WWE history was the biggest thing going in the company, and she was a woman. Now you tell me in 2025, 2024, the Triple H years, when has a woman ever been close to being top dog in the company? Yeah, and I'm not saying, right, that back in 99 they should have pulled the trigger and gave China the belt, but there was conversations of it. What woman could seriously get the you know, get it triggered here, get the bullet, pull the trigger on her here to dethrone Cody Rhodes in 2025? No one. And I didn't want China to become world champion in 2020 or 1999, etc. But it just shows you, McMahon, much better than Triple H. Triple H is an absolute walking FUD. Till then, peace.